When you think the premium mid-size segment in Australia, you're thinking Mercedes-Benz. In May this year, the C-Class outsold its nearest competitor by 2-1. Even more incredible, that nearest competitor was another Mercedes, the CLA, with Audi and BMW fighting it out for third and fourth place. So obviously it is a hugely important car for the brand, and it's just been updated with new engines, new interior technology and a revised look. So do the changes make the C-Class a better proposition than before? Let's take the C200 for a spin to find out.
The C-Class will initially arrive in August in 3 trim specifications, the C200, C220D and C300, as well as in C43 AMG guys. A C63 will arrive towards the end of the year too. Mercedes is so far keeping mum on the full pricing and specification details ahead of the updated car's arrival, but you can expect to see prices climb a little from their current levels. There are new bumpers front and rear, new LED light configurations, new colours and new wheel designs, but we're not talking huge changes outside. Australia will take every available body style though, including sedan, coupe, cabriolet, and our personal favourite, the estate station wagon. Inside though, there are bigger changes.
Now the cabin's been tweaked rather than completely overhauled, but you'll feel the changes most here in the C200, where the traditional driver's binnacle's been replaced by this huge 12.3-inch screen, and it's joined by this second massive landscape-oriented screen in the centre dash, and they control all your driving and entertainment functions. Elsewhere though, it's still the C-Class interior evolved, a nice use of materials, a premium feeling space, and a car that's actually quite practical. Up front there's 2 cup holders which are joined by 2 more in the pull-down divider in the back seat. This centre storage bin is absolutely massive, and there's 2 Isofix attachment points, 1 in each window seat in the back. Now speaking of the back, the cabin materials from the front do make their way back there, which is a nice touch, but you'll also might be a little bit surprised by the space. I was sitting behind my own 176cm driving position and found I had plenty of legroom and a fair bit of headroom too.
It's under the hood where this entry-level C200 is at its most updated, serving up a new turbocharged 1.5 litre hybrid engine. Alone, that engine's good for 135 kilowatts and 280 newton meters, but it is paired with a clever 48 volt system that adds up to 11 kilowatts of bonus power low in the rev range, happily plugging the power void usually left by turbo lag. The addition of the hybrid system has helped drop fuel use in the C200 too to a claimed 6.0 to 6.3 litres per 100 kilometre range. And that's pretty good. The old car delivered 6.5 litres per 100, but was slightly quicker to 100 kilometres an hour too.
So let's talk about this new 4-cylinder engine for a second, because it is pretty clever. Basically it pairs a 1.5 litre turbocharged engine with a 48 volt electrical system that can add about 10 kilowatts to the total output. Now that power is not used at the top end of the rev range, instead it's used as a bit of a kickstart, so when you're first taking off or if you're overtaking, because it cuts in low in the rev range while the turbo is still sort of warming up. And it does work. It's not lightning fast, this car, but it will clip 100 kilometers an hour in less than 8 seconds. And yesterday I watched it climb past 200 on the Autobahn without too much trouble either. Happily though, elsewhere, it's still the C-Class of old in a lot of ways. The ride is absolutely fantastic, although one small caveat, the roads here in Germany are absolutely brilliant. So we'll have to wait till we get it back to Australia's, shall we say, unique road surfaces to put it to a true test, but so far, so good. Quiet on the road too, although you can hear the engine really working hard when you plant your foot, and the cabin does exude a nice peaceful premium ambiance even in the cheapest C200, helped along a lot by the new screens which do make the space feel a lot more modern. So downsides, well, it's not the most dynamic drive experience. You don't feel overly connected to the road below, but that might just be a matter of personal taste too. Clever new engine aside, we're not talking wholesale changes for this mid-cycle update of the C-Class, but having spent some time behind the wheel and considering the new tech in the cabin, I don't think it's going to have any problems holding on to that number 1 spot.